What is up? I'm NYJohn, and we're here with the finals of the Saturday night Gopher Dota Cup. I do see a disconnect from a player. I hope that's not a big deal. But either way, we have Team NYJohn playing up against Mango Gaming, who we watched last game after a 60-minute affair. They were able to take it against Purina Slayer 16. So we'll see if they're able to replicate the performance against a team we have seen before in NYJohn. A strong team, no doubt, and we already see some bans coming out, so we'll check those out. Darkseer and Lycan taken out by the Dire team. The Radiant team have taken out Morphling as well as Naga Siren. They're looking to finish off their banning phase here, and we'll see what they want to round it out with.
Seconds remaining.
I'm NYJohn, of course, and this is the Gopher Dota Saturday Night Cup Finals. As I said earlier, be sure to check out gopherdota.com when you have the opportunity and sign up for future cups, as well as check out the coverage, content, and much more. Cups are run Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays every week, so you have plenty of time to get involved. This is the first step towards becoming a competitive Dota player, perhaps one of the initial steps to making yourself, or making your way rather, to the International 3. Why not? And there we go. We see Rubik is banned out with a third ban. Now the final ban from the Dire team is going to be Lone Druid. So now first pick for the Radiant. Invoker is going to be selected up here. And the response from NYJohn. We'll see what they want to go with. Lashrak is still in the pool, as well as all the junglers. They can go for Broodmother, Nature's Prophet. And there's Nature's Prophet plus Enigma. A lot of push potential coming out early, as well as a good team fight option with the Black Hole, of course. We'll see how Mango Gaming responds to this one. If they want to go for a similar lineup as they did last time, we could see a Tide Hunter here, plus perhaps a strong support hero. I believe they went for Crystal Maiden before the break. I can't remember the exact order of how they selected the heroes, but I think it was Crystal Maiden. They picked third. So we could very well see the same lineup. Nothing stopping them from going that way quite yet for Mango. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I suppose. We'll see what they want to do. They're going to actually change their mind to Lashrak. Wasn't available last time, so they'll pick up Lashrak and Shadow Demon. So this opens up a lot of possibilities. Lashrak and Shadow Demon are a good combo with each other, of course. So if they want to be used as roaming supports together, that's going to be a good option. Shadow Demon sets up the split earth very well. And then, of course, Shadow Demon also comes with Invoker, setting up that Sunstrike pretty effectively. So another option for them if they want to go for an Exhort Invoker. Last game we saw Quaswex, so we'll keep that in mind. Not get too ahead of ourselves. The final pick before the break for KIZ. What do they want to round up? They have Enigma and Nature's Prophet. They're going to pick Queen of Pain, so it looks like they have two solos and a jungler now. They're going to be looking for perhaps a support and a carry-ish hero. So with that in mind, we'll see what Mango Gaming want to ban out here. Supports could be their optimal choice. They already have two of their own if they want to run Leshrac as a support. So they could take out Crystal Maiden right now. They could take out Lina. They could take out any support they feel is effective against them. We might see Crystal Maiden's probably the most likely to be banned. I don't think we'll see a Lina ban. And then, of course, if they want to take out carries, Animage is still in the pool. He's a hard carry, but he could work for KIZ. With Enigma coming out of the jungle with Maleficent, whatever support they come up with, it'll be pretty effective. KIZ still have room if they want to put in perhaps a Brewmaster. If they want to look for a very aggressive outlook, they can go for that tiny like we saw the last team go for. But Brewmother is going to be the first option banned out, so they take Brewmother out, who does make it to the second banning stage. Response is going to be a Chaos Knight ban by the Dire team. So Chaos Knight, troublesome hero that they just want to take out of the pool. Of course, the Chaos Bolt and Reality Rift, not a fun hero to go up against in the early game if you're trying to assert yourself in the early game and he doesn't fit into your own lineup. And Mango Gaming do have the first pick out of the bans, so they'll select what they want first. So KIZ keeping that in mind as well. The final ban coming out here from Mango Gaming. They're going to take out the Faceless Void. Interesting choice there. Animage is still in the pool. They have to take out Faceless Void first, so they don't want to give the big team fight combo, I suppose. Queen of Pain plus Enigma plus Faceless Void would be a lot of team fight potential for KIZ. And now with their ban, they're going to be looking to take out probably a carry. I mean, Animage could be a choice here. They can take out the Brewmaster themselves if they want to. He combos up with Shadow Demon as well. There's a lot of versatility with the heroes on Mango Gaming right now. You can't really predict where they're going to go. We've seen Invoker put on the safe lane to get his farm going early. Not a bad option. We've seen him put on the middle lane. You can put an aggressive triangle Shadow Demon and Leshrac. It wouldn't be too effective against the jungler, though. So probably going to be conservative tri-lane if they decide to go for the tri-lane look. Now reserve time for Knowledge Zero. They're going to take their time on this decision. Before we get rolling, once again, I want to thank you for joining me. I'm NYJohn. This is the Go for the Saturday Night Cup. It's a pleasure to have you here with me. And they're going to ban out the Animate. So a good choice. Taking out the hard carry. Don't let him even be an option for them. And I think they may have been a little bit conflicted as he was an option for them to some extent. But I think KIZ are going to look for a more aggressive hero. We'll see if they follow in my thought process. Maybe a Brewmaster. Maybe a Tiny. I'm not sure about Tiny, though. And we'll see Mango Gaming here, though, have the first pick. So this should indicate whether or not Leshark's going to be running as a support. They could go for a jungler. Enchantress and Chen are both available. I believe they had neither of them last game. They pick up a Beastmaster, so a tremendous hero to have against Queen of Pain, against Enigma. Long range, roar, isolate the hero. You're able to take him down pretty effectively. Get a lot of map control. It's good to have that Hawk against the Nature's Prophet, who is very mobile. Being able to spot out where he's going to go. You can set up proper gank attempts and get things rolling effectively. Interesting to note that Tide has not been selected by either team. So Tide very well could be the support option for KIZ if they want to go for that, maybe. Wouldn't be bad, obviously. It does limit their early game stuns, though, depending on what they want to round it up with, to only a Malphite stun from Enigma. So it would be an interesting trade-off to get eventually have that Ravage. They're going to go into their reserve time as well and take their time with this decision. I always say I like Dragon Knight here. He would be a decent option. He allows for the extra pushing potential. Also is very strong early on. Breathe Fire as well as the Dragon Tail stun. Really strong measures. Let's check out the chat for a moment though and see. We have one more disconnect, but hopefully they'll be back before the picks end and we can just get right into the game. Otherwise we may have to go through a remake, but either way, stick with me. We'll be getting you the finals as soon as possible. Hopefully only a couple moments from now. They could pick up the Queen of Pain as well. Queen of Pain, excuse me. Crystal Maiden right here if they want that really strong support. Venomancer still in the pool as well. Of course, that's going to limit their stuns. They're going to go for the Shadow Shaman. And a support we've seen a lot more because of the real prominence in the Asian scene. And as far as Western team goes, Pot and Bottom is a team that really likes to support Shadow Shaman. They make good use of it. And we've seen throughout the course of the International how strong it really is. And wow, Mango Gaming decided to respond with a Riki Maru pick. That is not a carry I saw coming. So I'm surprised, but Riki Maru, very strong, of course, in his own right. Gonna force Queen of Pain to probably go for a Force Staff. It's the usual response we see from her just to get outside of the cloud. And it's gonna put Shadow Shaman in a risky spot. He's gonna take a lot of damage. Nature's Prophet too. Riki Maru can get rolling. He is a very strong carry hero. The problem is you need to get that defusal up by 14 minutes or so to really kind of keep the pressure on. Now the final pick for Knowledge Zero. They have 8 seconds left in their reserve time. They're going to round up the lineup with, I think Brewmaster is the best option. Go for that early game aggression. Just pile it on. They're going to pick up a Clinks though. So invisibility is the name of the game. Clinks versus Riki Maru. And now heroes being selected up by both teams. As we're about to get into this, the Go for Dota Saturday Night Cup Finals. I'm NYJohn. Thank you for joining me. We're about to get rolling. Mango Gaming on the Radiant side versus Knowledge Zero on the Dire. Enigma just needs to be selected and then we'll be good to go. Here we go. Live in the game right now and go over the Dire team first. Knowledge Zero. We're going to have Daddy's Home playing on top of the Queen of Pain. We have Freak playing Clinks. Snow and Stuff playing the Rasta. Fav going to play Enigma. And Coco Rhythm going to be on Nature's Prophet. Meanwhile, for the Radiant team, Mango Gaming, we have King TS playing Invoker. Rush going to be playing Rikimaru. We saw what he could do on Murana last game. Really strong effort. Fable going to be playing the Shadow Demon. We have Magic Tim on Leshrac, and that leaves KIZ on Beastmaster. As I usually do, I want to apologize if I'm mispronouncing anyone's name. Of course, some of these players I'm a little unfamiliar with, so bear with me. You can always send me a PM to try and correct me or yell at me if you want to. But enough of that as we get into the actual action. It looks like right now Rasta and Clinks are going to be in the top lane. An interesting mix. Daddy's Home on that Queen of Pain going to be in the middle. Nature's Prophet going towards the jungle, and this could be a solo long lane Enigma. In fact, these items will indicate that he wants to solo the long lane, and Nature's Prophet wants the jungle. This is something we don't see all too often. Usually the other way around. Nature's Prophet has a much better time pulling those creeps around. And a little bit of a map drawing, but I think it's just to get the tree into around the map and reveal important spots. Sportsmanship coming out from both teams. So Invoker versus Queen of Pain middle. The matchup we saw last game as well. It's a pretty even matchup. It comes down to who can outplay who has rune control as well, and which supports want to move earlier. Well, Beastmaster up top versus Clinks and Rasta. It's going to be a tough lane, and there's no easy way to put it. He's going to have to stay back and find his experience wherever he can. Stack those Ancients when he has an opportunity as well. That should get him some experience. And Leshrac, Shadow Demon, and Rikimaru in this bottom lane up against this Enigma. This is going to be a really tough look for him. They can catch him off in one disruption. He's going to take a lot of damage, so we already see him backing off really far. Going to try and block this second wave, and he misses. So a little bit of whiff there on the block. And here's the stacking already beginning by KIZ. He's going to go for it. 50, 51, 52. Go ahead and get that going on the Ancients. Not a bad idea to get it going early. He doesn't want to come up forward and give out that first blood. Of course, that is crucial in terms of the amount of gold you are rewarded for getting it. Magic Tim and Fable staying really close to the lane. Enigma hasn't even come into the lane yet. Has not gotten any experience. Same can be said by Beastmaster, of course. So pretty even in that regard. Let's check out our early stats. Rikimaru 5 for 3 leading the way. Clink's pretty even with him though, 6 for 3. So really even. And the middle lane is going to be 3 for 3 on Invoker versus 3 for 0 on Queen of Pain. Invoker does opt for the Quas early, so it looks like his build is a little bit different, though. He doesn't get the Blades of Attack, so this could be an Exhort build. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see what he wants to actually go. Supports are roaming. Coming towards the middle lane. They're going for a Courier. They're going to pick up a Smoke here. And the Courier's going to use it, and maybe they're going to rotate in on the Queen of Pain. It's going to be a tough kill to try and get, though. Where do they want to go? In fact, they're marching right up the middle. Let's keep our eye on these supports for a moment. See if they're actually able to execute anything. Queen of Pain, of course, with that blink, going to be really tough to take down. Invoker does opt for Wex, so Quas Wex will be the build. They're going to come down towards the bottom and try and set it up on Enigma. Enigma can be in a bad spot. Doesn't have any mana either. He's going to take a disruption here, and Enigma may be first blood. Disruption going to pop off in the second. He's within tower range, so do they want to still do it? Split Earth going to follow. The cloud on top of him. Fav is dropping quickly. Down he goes. First blood for the Shadow Demon. Enigma is dead. And there we go. There's the advantage in the tri-lane that both teams are looking for, but the Radiant are able to get Mango Gaming and pick up the first kill of the game. Gold will go to Shadow Demon, so we'll be able to upgrade Courier. That was probably already upgraded, so able to spend his gold somewhere. Of course, great to have that early gold on supports. We have a lot of expenditures early on in the game. You can even get an extra set of wards up. You can get D wards up. Everything else going in your favor. Trying to assert yourself and get that real map control. Daddy's Son playing back a little bit far because of the haste room picked up by Invoker in the middle lane. So he doesn't want to overextend and put himself in a bad spot. Pretty typical build on Queen of Pain, the 1-1. The max on the Scream of Pain. Now bottle flown out to her. 800 gold also on Invoker. So Invoker going to lead the CS battle 13-3 against 6 for 1. Something you don't see all too often on Quas Wex Invoker against this Queen of Pain. So Daddy's Home getting a little bit behind in the middle. Nothing too substantial, but needs to be a little bit concerned. Doesn't want that trend to continue. Meanwhile, Freak on the top lane. He's looking at 20 for 11 against his free-flowing counterpart, which will be Rikimaru, 17 for 7. So looking pretty good for both carries. Of course, Rikimaru is part of one kill already. Rikimaru opting for the pretty standard build on him as well, maxing backstab. That's what we usually see. And Enigma coming forward to CS here, but he's going to push the lane away. With these Eidolons, he will deny a little bit as well. But needs to be careful how far he comes up. The ward does spot off the supports though, so he knows that they're not there. And therefore could take a little bit more liberties. Doesn't think Rikimaru can really take him down by himself quite yet, which is probably the case. Enigma did pick up level 4 though, so that's a good look for him against Beastmaster, who's only level 3. And now Freak keeps getting levels in the Searing Arrow, so he's going to do a lot of damage to this Beastmaster. If Beastmaster ever comes up, the Shackle on him is going to put him in a really bad position. In fact, he can drop pretty quickly. We can see Searing Arrow already dealing 40 bonus damage. That's big damage early on in the game against under-leveled opponents. Middle lane, Daddy is Home versus King TS. And since the first blood has been pretty slow, we're going to see Boots come out to Daddy is Home momentarily. Boots already on Invoker. He's going to be looking for his face boots soon, as he has the Blades of Attack up as well. Now TP in from Nature's Prophet coming in behind. Invoker may be in trouble, but he turns it on Daddy is Home. Going to try and put damage on him. Tornado comes out as well. He's dropping pretty low. Screen comes out. He's getting really low on health. The pop off the dust, and down he goes. They kill Invoker. And Kokorism with a really risky play. It pays off. And Daddy is Home perhaps backing off a little bit more. Probably could have got one more auto attack in there, but didn't want to die and end up making it a trade. A really good kill there on Invoker. I'm surprised they were able to do it. Preemptive dust pop to make sure he couldn't get away with that Ghost Walk if he was able to invoke it up. But he wasn't able to do so. Of course, he's only level 5, so can only invoke one skill and already used the Tornado and the Cold Snap. So once he realized that, he probably could have saved the dust, but why not be careful and just use it anyway? We see supports have come into the middle lane to make it a little bit more safe, but a really good start for this Nature's Prophet, who has picked up the recipe for the Medallion of Courage. Was one of his first item choices. So he's going to be going for the Medallion of Courage. And usually you see a quick Midas, but it doesn't look like that will be the case right now. Maybe he'll go for a Midas afterwards. Medallion of Courage does increase your jungle speed, as it's a low cooldown, minus armor, and it doesn't really have any drawbacks on Nature's Prophet because he's not taking any damage. So another factor to take into consideration. It definitely will help him out in that regard. Now Fav able to finish up his Soul Ring. That will let him continually deny the bottom lane, which is going to provide that slight advantage to Clinks over Rikimaru, as we see the gap widen in terms of CS, as Clinks is now 41 for 21 against Rikimaru's 32 for 16. Still good, but if the gap continues to trend like this, Clinks is going to get things going pretty early on, and it's going to be scary. I mean, once you can get that Orchid up, you can gank that Invoker pretty effectively. We've seen it done already once. Just need one stun really to set it up. Pulling on the bottom lane, going to try and create some more space for Rikimaru. And now Fav coming in here with the Eidolon's going to go ahead and try and kill some of these Ancients. Not a bad idea. Level 5, almost level 6. He's almost halfway there, so doing a good job of at least maintaining his levels. We see Chris is level 4, halfway to level 5 as well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4 stacks here of the Ancients, probably 5. So that's going to be a lot of experience in gold once he's ready to take that down. And in fact, with his Soul Ring, it looks like he's just going to continually damage it now and work towards that over the next couple minutes. Middle once again. Kokorism coming in from behind. They go on top of Invoker, but Invoker Ghost walks away. Will they pop off the Dust of Scream of Pain, or the Sonic Wave rather is enough to take him down? And Daddy is Home takes a couple tower hits, but will get out safely. Another big kill on Invoker in the middle lane, and it looks like the ping from Invoker. They want a ward here so they could see Nature's Prophet coming in. And Shadow Demon doesn't have a ward on him right now, so we'll see if they're going to buy one and place it in the area. If they place it up here, that'll be a good position for it. Provide him some safety in terms of coming up from the riverside or even behind these trees, which is where Nature's Prophet has taken full advantage of Invoker thus far. Now Daddy's Home is going to run into Shadow Demon. We do see the Soul Catcher and the Disruption up, and he's taking a lot of damage. A couple more auto attacks will take him down. Down goes Queen of Pain. And Snow and stuff going to pop the Shackle, but breaks it immediately as he fears and backs off. Now he's going to take some Edict damage, but not enough to finish him off. And it looks like Nature's Prophet is going to think about coming in. Will he pop off the Sprout? No, thinks better of it and decides to back off. But a big kill on the Queen of Pain from the 2 supports there. Great job, Shadow Demon and Lashrak getting one back for their Invoker. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, farm continued by Rikimaru. Like I said earlier in the pre-game screen. It is so imperative for Rikimaru to get that defusal blade up early to really maximize his effectiveness as a carry hero, be able to roam around the map and just isolate and destroy targets. And he is well on his way, as we see he already has picked up his first Blade of Alacrity. So good luck for him. We have seen some players opt for a Vanguard before picking up a defusal. Some players not even opt for a defusal, but it looks like this time it will be a defusal choice. It could still be a Yasha, but we'll see. Beastmaster, 900 gold in the bank. So not doing a bad job killing off some of those Ancients. In fact, the majority of them are actually dead. So getting his own gold, picking up level 7 as well. Freak, meanwhile, does have one Oblivion step up, 800, 900 gold in the bank. 67 for 32, so his CS leading the way in the game. It's really going to help out Knowledge is Zero as they continue. Now Snow and stuff just going to camp out this middle lane. He is only level 4.5 against level 5 on support and level 4 on support. They were in a tri-lane as well, so it looks like Snow and stuff suffered a little bit from being in that tri-lane and giving Clinks the majority of the experience of roaming. But he'll still be okay as he's going to take some of the solo experience in the middle lane. Just can't come forward too far because Invoker can probably take him down. In fact, TP to the bottom lane. Disruption on top of Fav. Fav is going to be a bad spot. They pop off the tornado. The scream comes in though. Sonic Wave is enough to take him down. The black hole is popped, but it doesn't catch anybody in it. Daddy's home goes down. The roar in him. Coco Rhythm's going to take some damage as well from behind. It looks like Nature's Prophet may drop here. They pop off the dust. He's going to try and find a nice nook to TP out. Will he do it? He's going to try to. No, down he goes. Nature's Prophet is dead. Snow and stuff retreats out, but a 3-for-1 trade. Rikimaru does die, but not worth it for Knowledge is Zero as they lose 3 of their prominent farming heroes in Enigma, Nature's Prophet, and Queen of Pain. Really strong response there by Mango Gaming, and now Freak is going to pile on the damage on this tier 1 on the top. Drops it to just above half life, and now Fable comes in to try and ward off his aggression, but Fable has to be careful because Clinks is hitting really hard, really quickly. 1,700 gold in the bank. He's going to be able to finish off his second Oblivion staff momentarily here. Meanwhile, Mango Gaming continue to push on the bottom. They're going to go for this tier 1 down here. Tornado pops off. Will catch Enigma up in it. There's no follow-up, though. He'll be just fine, and the tower is going to drop. So this is going to be the first tower kill of the game going in favor of Mango Gaming. Meanwhile, the top lane, though, the TP in from Coco Rhythm, going to try and catch off Fable, but they won't be able to do so. Invoker does kill Enigma on this bottom lane as I looked away. Meanwhile, Daddy's home piling the damage on this tier 1 in the middle lane. So a lot of towers taking a lot of damage in quick succession, excuse me. And now the tower below half already. Fable is here as well as Christo to defend it. Roar is available if they need it. He also picks up Arcane Boots. We do see rotation from behind. Queen of Pain thinking about coming in here. Has a double damage rune. Her farm not looking too great though. Only 500 gold in the bank. Even though it has a good amount of CS, we hear Disruption up on top of Freak. They also get the roar up on him and take him down. Coco Rhythm drops down low as well. Umoto takes him down, and now Queen of Pain comes in with the DD. Can she finish them both off? Scream of Pain, Sonic Wave is not available, but Chris, one more auto attack, he goes down, and Fable goes down, but Rikimaru comes in and finishes off the Queen of Pain. Double kill for Beastmaster, as he actually gets the last hit with his boar, it looks like. But Rikimaru is still standing through that fight, picking up some extra experience and some gold. Another 3-for-2 trade in favor of Mango Gaming.